For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about that how you can assess the education of a person from the horoscope. First we are going to talk about the parameters which are important to judge the levels of learning capacity, intelligence and the academic performance and the education level of a person from the chart. And second, what are the suitable favorable fields of education which a person can get into. So we are going to talk about these two things today. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is shown in the description. So first of all, we are going to talk about the parameters which are important for judging the levels of learning and intelligence and the education level of a person. So first thing you have to keep in mind that you have to see two charts. One is the birth chart, which is very important for all aspects of life, and second is the Navamsha chart, the D9 chart, which is the primary chart, the most important divisional chart for education and learning of any person. And there people who are familiar with astrology, they also, some people are of opinion that they see the D24 chart, which is known as Chaturvimshamsha chart for education. But in my experience, that chart is not very much important as compared to D9. In front of D9, it has not that much value. So first of all, you need to see that what is, how the D9 is, and I'm going to talk about the parameters which are important for judging the overall intelligence and learning scales of a person, and second, how the education can be. Okay, so for that you need to see in both these charts, D1 and D9. So the planets which are important are the Varesh. Varesh means the lord of the day in which you were born. So let's suppose anybody is born on a Monday, so the lord of Monday is moon, so how moon is placed. Then let's suppose anybody is born on a Saturday, so lord of Saturday is Saturn, so how Saturn is placed. So the Varesh means the weekday lord in which the person is born, how that planet is placed. Then the Lagnesh, the ascendant lord, then moon, Mercury and Jupiter, and 5th and 9th lords. So you have to see the placement of these planets because they are the controllers of our mind, thinking process, learning ability, intelligence levels, and education depends on all of them. So let's suppose there are people who don't complete their education, but they are quite intelligent. They know a lot of things. They have a firm grasp on various subjects, even though they have not attained a formal degree in that. So there are people like that also. So it's not like that education, why education, I'm not only meaning here that you have a formal degree. Formal degree is counted in education, no doubt. But these planets, they show us the level of the intelligence, the capacity to learn, and how much knowledge a person can have. These planets are responsible for that. So you need to see these planets, the Varesh, the Lagnesh, ascendant lord, the 5th and 9th lords, and moon, Mercury and Jupiter. Then the houses are 5th house and 9th house. 1st house, 5th house, 9th house. So these are the houses and these are the planets. The more they are well placed in the chart, the more they are in their own science, exaltation science, making good yogas. They are placed in Kendra houses, Trikona houses. They are, and you have to see their placements in Navamsha also. So how they are placed in Navamsha. The better they are placed in Navamsha, the more strong they are going to make yogas for bringing excellent levels of intelligence, memory, learning capacity, reading, writing, and academic performance. And not only one subject, they can create an interest in, not only interest, education or learning or knowledge of various subjects at the same time. So that depends from chart to chart. But these are the planets which you have to see. These are the main parameters. Then there are planets which also become obstructors. Let's suppose they create difficulties. So what are those planets? Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, and 6th, 8th and 12th lords, mainly 6th and 12th lords. So here, let's suppose if Saturn, Rahu, Ketu are badly influencing the 5th house or sixth or 12th lords or houses are badly influencing the fifth lord or fifth house, they can create gaps, troubles, struggles, delays, challenges in education, misdirection in education, or difficulty in learning, low levels of intelligence. And again, moon, Mercury, Jupiter, if they are badly placed, because moon is your mind, Mercury and Jupiter are your knowledge, learning, logic, reason, and intelligence. So if they are not well placed, the parameters which I talked about, the more they will be weak, the more they will be afflicted, the more they will be making doshas in the chart in birth and Navamsha, the weaker they are going to make situation to learn. The lower levels of intelligence can be seen, and a lot of problems in attaining knowledge can be seen in life. So they create problems like person does not have interest in learning, concentration problems are very huge, and you are not able to stick to one particular thing for a longer duration, like people who have learning disorders, kids who have any kind of ASD problems or autism spectrum disorders, which are quite common nowadays. So the thing here is that these planets, if they are not very well placed, they are making negative combinations, they can create these kind of learning challenges which further later on affect the education in a negative way. So you have to see these parameters in both birth and Navamsha chart. And again, I'm repeating, Navamsha is the most important chart for judging the field of education and how the education will be, the learning will be. Okay, so and Navamsha is in most of the cases, Navamsha for education only, for education and learning. In most of the cases, it overpowers the birth chart. In other aspects, it never overpowers. But in Navamsha, in education, it can, because sometimes the yogas in the birth chart, they are showing something else. But in Navamsha, all the time, Navamsha will every time will show that what kind of field is going to be for education of a person. So let's suppose if you have studied in any area, you have to see your Navamsha and it will be confirmed that yes, these were the fields for study which I did. But if let's suppose that is not coming out to be true, then it means that either you are analyzing incorrectly or the Navamsha is wrong. So the thing here is that Navamsha plays a very vital role. Then the last thing which you have to see is the dashas through which the person is going on. So let's suppose a student is there who is in his important years of education, and you need to check that what kind of dashas that person is running through, because whether that planet, the dasha through which he is running, that planet is going to help him in education and learning, or it's going to create problems and challenges. So the dasha plays also a very vital role. So these are the important parameters to see the levels of education, learning and intelligence, and how the performance in academics will be for a person. Okay, and the dasha matters. Now we will see the education fields. The education fields, as you can see on your screen right now, there are various planets responsible for various types of fields. So first of all, like STEM fields, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So anybody, there are various branches within engineering, science and technology. I'm not covering them because it's quite huge and it will become very complicated to understand. But the thing here is that anybody on this planet, anybody who has studied or is working in STEM fields will have the influence of these planets. It is impossible that they don't have influence of these planets. So Mars, Saturn, Rahu are the primary planets, main planets which control STEM fields. After that, Sun and Mercury play a vital role. So Sun and Mercury are the additional planets after Mars and Saturn and Rahu. So Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Sun and Mercury are the 5 planets which are the controllers of all kinds of STEM fields. But there are various branches. So that depends from chart to chart, and further planets will take over. So let's suppose somebody is in IT, electronics, communication or electrical. So Venus, Mercury, Rahu and air signs become very important. Somebody is in chemical engineering. So Moon, Mars and Rahu become very important. Somebody is in mechanical engineering. So Saturn and Rahu play a very vital role. So you have to see the umbrella category first. That okay, I'm looking at STEM fields, so these planets are going to be influencing the chart, and then what kind of branches or specializations can be seen, then that depends on other planets also. Now similarly, like medicine, life science or healthcare, you need to see Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Ketu, 4th, 6th, 8th, 9th and 12th house, and water signs. They are the major controllers of all kinds of subjects, specialization and branches in which are in the domain of life science. So it can be MBBS like doctors, it can be clinical researchers in various subjects. So I'm talking about all kinds of specializations or branches. But again, who are the controllers of that umbrella category? These are the planets. So even if somebody is a gynecologist, somebody is a cardiologist, somebody is a surgeon, somebody is a microbiologist, somebody is in biotechnology. So these are all fields related to life science and healthcare and medicine. But these planets, further, as I mentioned, if you are checking specialization, other planets will play the role. But anybody who is working in these industries, these planets, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Ketu, 4th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 12th house and water signs will be present. It is not possible that they are not present with respect to the education or the career. Next will be commerce, finance and economics. So Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, 2nd, 3rd, 6th and 11th house, and air and earth signs. So air signs are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. So these planets and these houses and these zodiac signs, they are the controllers of education or career in commerce, finance and economics, or accounts. Accounts is a part of commerce. Then law. For law, anybody who is into law. Then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and 6th and 9th house. They are the controllers, and the zodiac signs, mostly they will be fire and earth signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, particularly Virgo and Capricorn. So they are the controllers of law. Anybody who is in the field of law, no matter what kind of lawyer you are, somebody is a criminal lawyer, somebody is a corporate lawyer, that is again other fields, other planets are going to take over. But you need to see that again, what kind of law, what is the umbrella category? Law. So somebody can be a judge, somebody can be an attorney, somebody can be an advocate, somebody can be a legal researcher. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about umbrella category. So you need to see these planets. Then arts, design, communication and creative fields. Anybody who's in any of these fields, the planets which are controller of these fields are Moon, Venus, Mercury and Jupiter. Houses are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th and 9th house. And the zodiac signs don't matter in this because all kind of zodiac signs are supportive. But the thing here is that you need to see the influence of these planets and these houses. So there are various subjects in arts. Somebody is in fine arts, somebody is studying history, somebody is studying political science. In design, somebody is interior designer, somebody is fashion designer. So communication like mass communication, journalism. So the thing here is that creative fields, communication based fields, languages, design, arts, they are controlled by these planets and the houses. And another field like management and administration, so like MBA, BBA. So they are governed by Sun, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, 9th and 10th house, and particularly fire and earth signs. Fire and earth signs, but all kind of signs can be supportive. Mainly fire and earth are considered important. So thing here is that these are the education fields governed by various planets. So if you are looking at the Navamsha chart and you are seeing the influence of these planets, you are coming to a conclusion that yes, this is the umbrella category which is good for the person to get into. Then what kind of further areas they can choose to get into a particular speciality or specialization, that depends on other planets also, like I gave you example. So thing here is that in order to easily see the levels of learning, education and intelligence and how the education is going to be, whether I told you the parameters, so the better they will be, the stronger they will be, the more they will give higher academic achievements. People who are studying from Ivy League institutions, who are very well performers in their academics, or again if they are badly placed, they can show troubles. Okay, so that is how it works. Now education fields, I told to you that if you are looking at the Navamsha and the birth chart, you have to see the 5th house mainly. 9th house is for master's degree, higher education, 5th house is for undergraduation. But 5th house plays the most important role for education. There is again a dispute among people. Some people can think about 4th house. Again, in my opinion, fourth house does not control primary education or undergraduation. Fifth house is the main house. The thing here is that I'm talking about the house. I've talked about the houses. I've talked about the combinations of planets which control various fields. You will be able to analyze now in an easy way and come to a proper result that okay, this can be a good field to get into for a person. Okay, so this is how you have to see. That is all from my end today regarding this topic. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website and Facebook and Instagram. Their links are shown in description. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video with some new topic to discuss. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.